The winds of change are blowing fiercely through Genoa City, and on Thursday, February 6th, The Young and the Restless delivers an episode packed with ambition, betrayal, and razor-sharp strategy. At the center of it all stand Jack Abbott and his son Kyle, poised at the edge of an opportunity so tempting and so risky that taking it could either cement the Abbott family's power or ignite a war they may not be able to control. This isn't just another corporate maneuver. This is legacy versus survival. Pride versus patience. Father and son versus a city full of rivals who never sleep. And once Jack and Kyle make their move, nothing will be the same again. For months, tension has been simmering beneath the polished boardrooms and carefully curated smiles of Jabot and Mochetti. Alliances have shifted, secrets have leaked, and enemies have grown bolder. Jack Abbott has spent years fighting to protect the family empire he rebuilt from the ashes more times than he can count. Kyle, meanwhile, has been growing increasingly restless, eager to step out of his father's shadow and prove that the Abbott future belongs to him. February 6th brings the perfect storm. A crack appears in the armor of one of Genoa City's most powerful players, and Jack sees it instantly. Where others hesitate, Jack calculates. Where others fear consequences, Kyle sees momentum. Together, they realize this isn't just a chance, it's the chance. Behind closed doors, whispers circulate about instability in the corporate world. A key player, one with deep ties to Newman Enterprises and other elite power brokers, has overextended themselves. Bad investments. Internal conflict. A quiet vulnerability hidden beneath public confidence. Jack recognizes the signs because he's been there before. Kyle recognizes them because he's hungry. This vulnerability opens the door to an acquisition, a partnership, or a hostile maneuver that could dramatically shift the balance of power in Genoa City. If the Abbotts move fast enough, they could gain leverage that has eluded them for years. But there's a catch. Making this move would mean stepping directly into Victor Newman's line of fire, and possibly crossing lines that Jack once swore he never would again. Jack Abbott is no stranger to high-stakes gambles. He's fought Victor Newman in battles that defined eras. He's lost everything and clawed his way back more times than most men survive. But this time feels different. Jack isn't just protecting a company anymore. He's protecting his son's future. He knows Kyle is smart, ambitious, and capable, but also impulsive. Jack worries that seizing this opportunity could awaken the darker parts of Kyle that Genoa City is all too familiar with, the ruthless side of the Abbott DNA that mirrors Victor Newman more than Jack would ever like to admit. Still, Jack also knows this truth. If they don't act now, someone else will. And that someone else may be far less forgiving. For Kyle, February 6th is a turning point. He's tired of playing defense. Tired of reacting to Newman moves. Tired of being seen as Jack's son instead of a powerhouse in his own right. When the opportunity surfaces, Kyle doesn't hesitate. He leans in. Kyle argues that the Abbotts have spent too long being cautious. He believes Genoa City respects strength, not restraint. If they strike now, they won't just win. They'll dominate. This is Kyle at his most dangerous, confident, persuasive, and absolutely convinced he's right. And for the first time in a long time, Jack listens. In a private Abbott office, Jack and Kyle lay out the chessboard. They analyze risks, map potential fallout, and debate the ethical cost of what they are about to do. Jack plays devil's advocate. Kyle pushes back. The conversation is tense but electric, a true meeting of minds across generations. Jack sees flashes of his younger self in Kyle's determination, while Kyle sees something new in his father, hesitation that could be fatal. Eventually, they reach an unspoken agreement. They'll move forward, carefully, strategically, and together. This decision binds them in a way that goes far beyond business. If it fails, they'll fall together. If it succeeds, the Abbott name will rise higher than it has in years. No major move in Genoa City goes unnoticed for long, especially not one that threatens Victor Newman's influence. Even if the target isn't Newman Enterprises directly, Victor has an uncanny ability to sense when the ground beneath his feet is shifting. By the end of the February 6th episode, Victor begins to suspect that Jack Abbott is up to something. And that suspicion alone is enough to send shockwaves through the city. Victor doesn't yet know the full scope of Jack and Kyle's plan, but once he does, retaliation will be swift and merciless. Old grudges resurface. Old tactics return. And the Abbott-Newman rivalry inches closer to another all-out war. Collateral damage is inevitable. Every power move leaves victims in its wake, and this one will be no exception. Employees may lose jobs. Loyal allies may feel betrayed. Romantic relationships could fracture under the strain of divided loyalties. And those closest to Jack and Kyle, especially those who value morality over ambition, may begin to question just how far the Abbotts are willing to go. Whispers of dissent begin to circulate. Some see the move as brilliant. Others see it as reckless. All agree on one thing. Jack and Kyle have crossed a line. And there's no going back. What makes February 6th so compelling isn't just the corporate intrigue, it's the emotional weight behind it. Jack isn't just fighting for market share. He's fighting for relevance in a world that's changing faster than ever. Kyle isn't just chasing power, he's chasing validation. Together, they represent the past and future of the Abbott family. The question is, can those two visions truly coexist? Or will this opportunity expose the cracks that have always existed between father and son? By the end of the episode, Jack and Kyle believe they've succeeded. The pieces are in motion. The deal looks solid. The opportunity appears seized. But in Genoa City, victory is never that simple. Unseen enemies are already adapting. Secrets are already leaking. And someone, somewhere, is preparing to strike back harder than the Abbotts expect. February 6th doesn't deliver a conclusion. It delivers a warning. As the young and the restless moves forward, the consequences of Jack and Kyle's decision will ripple outward, touching nearly every corner of Genoa City. Alliances will be tested. Loyalties will fracture. And the line between hero and villain will blur even further. One thing is certain. Jack and Kyle didn't just seize an opportunity. They lit a fuse. And the explosion is coming.